All right, so this is me saying welcome, 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 Ruben Amorim. The game. Okay, now it's let's just talk about the game. Let's talk about the game. First off, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Welcome officially to Ruben Amorim. This is the EPL. You're not playing against Boavista. You're not playing against FC Braga. You're not playing against Casapia, or any of these Liga Portugal, Portuguese teams. This is the EPL, and the small teams will come up and cause havoc. The small teams will come up and cause issues for you as a big club. First off, I enjoyed the first 2 minutes of the game. I loved the way the 3-4-3 setting. It just reminded me of a Conte and a Sarri back then when they were Chelsea managers, right? The first 2 minutes of the game, Ahmad's run, the cross, Rashford finally scoring his second goal of the season. You know, United were on course in the first 2 minutes, 20 minutes of the game. They were in charge of the game. I loved the consistency. I loved the intensity. Yes, because if you're playing a 3-4-3, you must be you must. It's not even about being consistent. You must be. It's an intense kind of. You must know how to run very well with or without the ball. Like it is fast paced. It's a fast paced kind of formation. And when you drop, because at some point after the 20th minute of that game, United dropped their flow. I understand it's his first game. Don't get me wrong. I understand it's his first game, and you guys should give him cut him some slack. This manager started officially, after lately the international break. This last international break started. He started, then had his players back to the camp because, of course, the international break ended. Some people came back on Tuesday. He started officially to train on Monday, this last Monday. That's on the 18th. So some players started coming back 18th, 19th. Some even came back on Thursday, and today is Sunday. So cut him some slack. You don't expect a miracle overnight. This is a United side that played under one manager for 2.5 seasons. They played haram football under Ten Hag, because when you watch, anytime a United plays, I know you would always see a Bruno. Bruno plays as a 10. Then you have a Garnacho, Rashford. Every other person, I don't know what they play. I don't know. We don't know the kind of formation they tend to play. But watching this game today, for the 94 minutes they played under their new manager, like a competitive game, you could see what the manager, as in what the manager wanted to play. He wanted to play a 3-4-3 with wing backs that are runners. The likes of Ahmad did, who was impressive. Do you understand? But the thing remains that the midfield, he didn't like. It's something they need an overhauling. They need an overhauling in the midfield. Midfield was flat, and Ipswich understood the assignment that Man United's midfield, that they had Casemiro over 32, Ericsson. You had over 60 plus players playing in the midfield in that kind of system. It's a fast-paced kind of system, and you find that oftentimes United lost the ball in the midfield, and you find that they kept running back, tracking back, and stuff like that. Because Ipswich, they're a young side, they're a young team managed by a young manager. They are very, very fast. The likes of Omar Hudson, Delap, he had a couple of chances, and kudos to Onana. The game would have been the scorer would have been quite embarrassing if Liam Delap, that's the striker for Ipswich, if he was very, very clinical with his strikes. 2 times Onana saved, so it's a good one. Onana did well. He was one of their standout players. Ahmad and Onana were their standout players today in the game. When Ogate came in, he to an extent restored a little bit of parity, because of course he has worked with this manager back then in Sporting Lisbon before he was sold to PSG. From PSG he joined United. So the bottom line is that they are a work in progress. United are not the finished product. They need to unlearn everything, the haram football kind of they were not playing pacey kind of football. Under There was no sense of urgency playing under Eric Ten Hag. The intensity was not there under Eric Ten Hag. They passing the ball very, very fast. Do you know, when you watch a Sporting Lisbon play, they always everybody, once if you're with the ball, everybody is going forward. Like, they always have a lot of presence. Do you understand? A lot of green shape, because the green color was the color for Sporting Lisbon. They always had a lot of presence inside the opposition's own half, inside the opposition's 18. But today's game, after the first 2 down to 20 minutes of the game, the tempo dropped and it was all it switched all through. If you notice at some point, Amorim was like, keep attacking because this is how he plays. It is attack, attack, with or without the ball. Ensure that you have more bodies up front. Yes, you say fine that they tend to maintain a high line, but then they try out as possible. It is massive attack, massive defense, but everybody has to be on the right foot. And United were not able to do that for the remaining minutes after the first 20 minutes of the game. That was why they considered that goal at the 43rd minute. Do you understand? They considered the goal at the 43rd minute. Second half, it was all Ipswich time. It was back and forth, but Ipswich had more of the ball. They had more sense of urgency. If Onana hadn't saved the goals, as in the balls by Delap, it would have been a 2 or 3-1. It would have been quite embarrassing. So it is a work in progress. Kudos Amorim, at least we know that it is 3-4-3 he's playing. We know his idea, what he wants to play as a manager, as the kind of way, the system he wants to play. He would need these players to unlearn everything they have learned. Most of the things, I know you can't unlearn what you've learned from a manager you've stayed for 2.5 seasons, right? They need to unlearn most of the things they've learned they learned rather under Eric Ten Hag. They need to understand that this is a new regime, this is a new dispensation, and our manager requires that we play intense kind of football. You saw what Ahmad was doing at right back. You saw that is exactly how an Amorim kind of system. That is how he thrives. Do you understand? So it is a work in progress. We've got a lot of games to play. They've got Everton there before they play Arsenal. They've got a couple of games to play. Do you understand? They also have a Europa League game. So it is a work in progress, like I said earlier, step by step by step. Getting a point is not really bad. But I feel if they had played the way they played the first 20 minutes of the game, if they had continued or played that to an extent in the second half, played the same thing in the second half, probably they would have gotten a goal. Do you get? So there's a lot of work to be done, but it is a gradual process, step by step, brick by brick, brick by brick. And it's funny because I would also want to chip in this. I know you don't cry over spilled milk, but then you just have to talk about that milk. I feel if they had left Van I think they would have won this game against Ipswich, yes, because they already had a tempo. They had the way actually they were playing under Van Nistelrooy. Probably Amorim coming in at the end of the season. You know, you never can tell. At least he'll watch these players from now to the end of the season, understand the kind of players that he wants to play with, and all. But then it didn't happen. It didn't happen. The owners of Man United said it is now or never. So he has come in. We still have a couple of games to play. So far, we've played 12 games. We still have over a couple of games, yes, a couple of games, over 26 more EPL games to play. So there's still time. There's still time to ensure that these players understand this is how he wants to play. This is what I want. And the likes of Zexi, I call him Zexi Lush here. The likes of Zexi, the guy is not good. He reminded me of Alexander Pato, not the Pato that played for AC Milan, but the Pato that came in for one of these Brazilian Corinthians that joined Chelsea from one of these Brazilian leagues. Brazilian clubs. He was playing, he was bouncing on the pitch, and it doesn't make sense. He was bouncing like an ostrich. He was bouncing like an ostrich. That guy is likely they might be selling him in January. I don't think they might be getting the total amount they got for, but at least they want to sell him, ship him out. He's not it. He's not just it at all. He's not just it at all. So welcome once again, Ruben Albert. This is the EPL. EPL, like I said when I started, EPL, you're not playing against Boavista, you're not playing against Casapia, you're not playing against Porto is a big club, you're not playing against Vieira SC, all those clubs in the Liga Portugal. Like you're not playing Premier Liga, rather. You're not playing against all those clubs. You're not playing against AVS, all those. Which other club in the Portuguese league can I even remember? There are a lot of them. You're not playing against all those. You're playing against a side. It's a competitive league. EPL is a competitive league. A Southampton almost embarrassed the Liverpool today. Yes, 2-1, and somehow Salah turned up and scored 3 to the game ended. So clubs from the down part, if they're on 18th place with 9 points now. So clubs at the bottom end of the table can come and embarrass clubs at the top end of the table. It happens. So expect more of this. But the major thing is that he has an idea on how he wants to play football, and that idea is being intense with the ball from the beginning of the game down to the very end of the game. 3-4-3 is a fast-paced kind of formation, and these players need to come up speed because you don't walk on the pitch when you are playing under arm. No. Everybody has to be 100% intense from the beginning, from the defense, from the goalkeeping section down to the attack, just like you did in the first 2 minutes, 20 minutes of the game. Continue with that intensity to the last minute of the game. That is how you would enjoy a Ruben Amorim. Please make one not go frustrate this guy. This guy where he hair black, where he probably like go get white hair. I beg, I beg, I beg. So kudos Amorim, kudos. Well, I feel when he spends more time with these guys over time, they would be able to understand his tactics and the way he tends to play. After all, when Pep came in the first season, his first season at Man City, he didn't win anything. He didn't win anything. Liverpool the same. So managers and club size differ. Do you understand? When Pep came in, the players he saw there, he did not like. He had to change a lot of things. This man just came in, and these players, I feel most of them might not be able to fit into his system. And once the general transfer comes in, probably they might get up, they might support him, one or two players, then try as much as possible to see where they will end at the end of the season. From the next season, right? From next season, that's starting in August 2025, he's gonna get the kind of players that will suit his system very, very well. He's starting a fresh season, from the beginning, from what's it called? Not transfer market, from preseason and all that. Do you understand? So that's just it. Thank you so much, and for everyone, please, I am begging you, I beg. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Ryan Sports. It's written on the screen. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. So far, I have less than 70, and it doesn't make sense. I beg. As you guys, click like on my Facebook and other social media platforms, I really appreciate. I really, 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 really appreciate. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for the support. But you could actually extend this, hand of support by subscribing to my YouTube channel. I want to make this a consistent. It is going to be a consistent thing, and your support will go a long way to help me. Please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, Ryan Sports. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for all the support this weekend. We go again. There's a Champions League, Europa League, and of course the Conference League games to be played in the course of the new week. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. All the best. Well, my club won, and I'm excited about it. All the best. This is a berry, and good night.